Question 25. I want to compare the favourite games consoles in year 5. What is the best type of graph to show this information? Well, the correct answer to this is either a pie chart or a bar chart. And there are advantages and disadvantages of both. So if you were to do a pie chart, and let's say you had a Switch, PS4, and Xbox like that, then if you want to see what proportion each one is in comparison to the whole thing, it's easy to do that with a pie chart. So for example, from this, you can see that easily a Switch is a half of the total. You can see that PS4 is a quarter. You can see that Xbox is a quarter. But what you can't see, what you cannot see, is what each individual one's numbers actually are. So you can't see how many Switches there are, how many Xboxes there are, how many PS4s there are, or how many people said PS4, Xbox, or Switch. You can just see the fraction of the whole thing. If you wanted to see how many individual people liked each one, you would need a bar chart. So your bar chart could look like that. But then, so you'd have your numbers. So let's say this one was Switch, this one was PS4, and this one was Xbox, and you'd have numbers up the side. So let's say that would be 20, that would be 10. But what you wouldn't have is the fractions. It's much harder to see from this bar that a Switch is half of the whole thing. But if Switch is 20, PS4 is 10, and Xbox is 10, then it is still a quarter, because 20 is a half of 40, because 20, 10, and 10 makes 40, so 20 is a half. The other two are a quarter, so 10 is a quarter of 40, and 10 is also a quarter of 40. So if you want to see the fractions, you go for a pie chart. If you want to see the actual numbers, you go for a bar chart.